How would you like to own some land in the most tax advantageous state in America? That's Wyoming. This land is in Wyoming, and Wyoming doesn't have any income tax, inheritance tax, estate tax. There's a whole bunch of taxes that Wyoming doesn't have. It's really cheap to set up, fast and easy to set up LLCs in Wyoming. Lots of people are doing that. Wyoming is a place that the ultra wealthy move to because of the tax advantages of sticking your flag into Wyoming and making it your tax haven of the US, right? So let's take a look at this one. This property is flat, it's grassland, there's lots of cattle, there's lots of horses in the area. There's a little stream ditch, irrigation kind of canal off to one side of the property, and just flat, wide open land. Let's take a look at this one. Let's jump into the website. So I'm on ruralvacantland.com. I'll put a link to this in the description below so you can go to the website and look at maps and things of this property. And if you want to go for it, my contact information's up here, Luke Smith, phone number, email, let me know. I'm looking for somebody that wants to use this land and wants to take off with it and make it theirs, right? So I got some diagrams here. I've had different maps of this one on the website in the past, and the map software changes and things change. And so I've got maps or pictures of it now, and it's almost square. It's a little over 4 acres, almost 5. Maybe if it was a perfect square, it'd be 5 acres. It's just a corner missing of it. Talking about the size and shape of this property. And, there's some pictures, street view pictures of the area. Here's like looking off at it from a distance. Here's an overview satellite picture of some GPS location. So there's a road to the south. There's a road to the side. I'll pull up some more maps as we get into it. So we're in Wyoming. We're just south of Riverton. Riverton, Wyoming is just a bit north of here. If you've ever been to Riverton, it's a cute little town. There's I think more of Thermopolis. This is like where you go through to go to Thermopolis. Thermopolis, Wyoming is just to the north of it. I think it's on the map. This map's pretty small, but it's just to the north of here, and they have these hot springs. And the hot springs are, my wife makes fun of me because I said, you got to go down this ride, you got to go down the water slide. And she's like, oh, when you're that excited, something's wrong. You're trying to trick me. And the water slide, it's kind of like being flushed down the sewer, a bunch of hot spring water that's kind of got some funky smell to it, and it's not clear. And you go down the water slide, and the water slide, I don't know if it's still this way, but when we were there, it had a drop off, and you kind of go flying over the edge so much you about hit your head on the top of the water slide because you're in a tube. But just like Wyoming style without all the safety measures that you might see in California or New York or somewhere else. So Thermopolis is, it took the kids there testing things out. So that's why I was in this area. But just south of there is this property. We've got Yellowstone off to the north west of here, which is beautiful for 100,000 different reasons to go explore Yellowstone. You've got why can't I think of the name of the mountains? Bighorn Mountains over here. That's really fun too. We've done a bunch of horseback riding, the Bighorn Mountains, and gorgeous springs and gorgeous falls and gorgeous streams. Fly fishing. I've done fly fishing in both these parks, and just a beautiful part of the country if you've never been to go explore. My favorite is seeing the pronghorn. The pronghorn, when you're crossing this countryside, I mean, there's elk and deer and stuff too, but the pronghorn just bouncing along with big white butts and just making their way across the countryside. So if you put fences up for the pronghorn, their thing is to crawl. They like to crawl under them. They bounce along, but when it comes to a fence, they like to crawl under it. So if you leave that bottom barbed wire off the fence, the pronghorn can travel across the countryside and crawl under the fences. So the people that know better, the ranchers that know better, like to do that, like to leave a gap under the fences so the pronghorn can pass through. And this is an area where you would see some pronghorn passing through. Okay, let's jump. We've got a buy now button if you want to go for it. It's just asking for $500, pay here, like reserve this one. This is mine. I'm going to go do the paperwork. And we'll go set it up and run it through a local title company, get you some title insurance, have them do the transaction on it. So $500 just to get it started, and you send the money to the title company and go make it happen. So we've got GPS coordinates on here. If you click the GPS, I'm going to throw it up in a new link. We can zoom in and see it. I'll jump there in a sec. We've got GPS coordinates, the outline of the property. We've got the legal description of the property, the numbers, so you can look it up in the county databases and stuff. If you want to go walk the property, there's all kinds of apps on the app stores for whatever kind of phone you have, and get layouts of properties. There's so many of them to choose from now. Lots of free trials, and you can go tour the property and you see where the property lines are with your phone, just walking around on the property. Technology's moved forward a lot since I started making these videos. Taxes on this one, it's like $150, just over 150 bucks a year. Taxes, really cheap, easy taxes, and yeah. So let's pull up the maps. Taxes are a beautiful thing in Wyoming. Boy, they get ugly in California. I just got my ballot. It's voting season, right? And I'm looking at all the things in the little town that I'm in, and it's like, oh, we want to improve the schools. That's just another, probably 1% tax a year or something it's going to cost you. Oh, we want to improve the beaches and the parks. That's probably just another 1% tax, sales tax, and everything you buy. Oh, we want to fix up this and we want to fix up that. And the taxes, everything on the ballot I just got was about increasing taxes. Not a single one of them that I could find or understood or that made sense to me about lowering the taxes or capping taxes or not not taking more money. And it's all about taking more money, right? And so Wyoming isn't like that versus the California ones. And wow, it's not an eye opener. It's what I expect in California, but it's just like, wow, they want to take a lot more taxes and people are voting on it. And they're just saying, yes, take my money, take my neighbor's money is what they're really saying. So here's the property. Here's the property up here. And see this driveway apron down here on 17 Mile Road. This driveway apron connects to the property. And so it goes up this fence line to the property up here. And I pulled this up in another map. We'll pull this up and let's make it bigger like this. And okay, so here's the shape of the property. So here's that shape with the corner missing, right? And the property line comes down here, and the driveway spud is right here. So right next to that fence, it goes up. The easement is, I believe, both sides of that fence a little bit. And but where that driveway spud is going straight north off that driveway up to this property is an easement. So the easement's in the paperwork. You get that. You get access to it. It's legal access. It's not built yet. I mean, if you if you got big clearance on your truck, you could probably drive through there. But I mean, you're gonna want to like mow some grass, throw down some gravel, something like that. Truckload or a couple truckloads of gravel, throw some gravel. You got a driveway. Or scrape it, get a tractor to scrape it out. Maybe the stuff underneath it's drivable, and maybe you find some soft spots and just throw some patches of gravel in there. But that's what the neighbors are doing. You can see all these driveways along here, all along this road, people branching off. So when you cut in, you get this piece of land up here and you go for it. I think we'll look at some street views maybe from over here. This first picture was from over here. Maybe I can get some from the other side too. We'll try to do that as well. So that's the shape of the property. That's what it's looking like. And then as you follow this, the easement is both sides of this line. And so it goes like from over here and over here down. And if you remember that, both sides of the line. Now we go back and we look at this. Where's the driveway spuds here? And we do the little street view, dude. And we drop street view dude over here and look at it in a street view, we see the driveway. Okay, so now we got the driveway here, and the driveway, if I could get it like straight on, it might be a little better. It doesn't give me straight on. Well, we don't have a picture straight on, but maybe I could kind of make it look almost straight on. So we'll just run with that. Okay, so here's the fence, and so it's the driveway, and it goes this side a little bit too. And so the power line is right there, and I believe, and there's another one behind it that's even closer to the fence, but this one behind it, I'm pretty darn sure, is in the easement, because this easement is on both sides of this fence line going a ways back up to the property. And so the power line there that feeds this house has a transformer on it, And I bet you it's placed just right. You could probably branch off that transformer. They usually want you to be within 500 feet of the transformer and all the power line companies. I've called so many power line companies. How do I get power to this property for this buyer and this, you know, usually want it within 500 feet. So if we could take it 500 feet off of that thing going back, I think you got a power line without having to add another transformer. Now, if it's more than 500 feet, they probably got to put a jumper box in there, and maybe it's like the kind that's on the ground, or maybe it's another one on a pole or something. Power company will figure it out. But my point is, it's pretty cheap to go from the transformer that's already there to the property that's there, and I believe it's on the property, so you don't even have to worry about easements. The easements is already there too. So there's the setup. We can look around here. There's a power line running down this road too, but I mean, there's already one stretched back there. This is a 17-mile road. This is the road to the south. People got trucks and trailers and horses and you know, they're countrying it up around here. It looks like a fun area. Doesn't look like anyone's going to complain about much of anything, like your dog barking or your rooster attacking or whatever, right? So let's bounce out of here a little bit. Let's look at this from another way. Okay, yeah, right there. It's gonna be right behind my head. So I'm gonna drop the little street view guy on the side road, and this is where the ditch is. And I thought we could look down the ditch, and that gives you a different view. Okay, so if we go down the side road, there's a fence in the back that goes to the farmer's field. So they're cutting hay and they're growing nice looking crop field, right? So they've got the water canal, irrigation canal going behind the property. And so I believe they water these fields and the runoff goes in this ditch. I don't think this goes to watering the fields. I think this is where the extra water goes, but I might be wrong. And so this is the northern boundary. So this is on the property, but I believe the fence line is the boundary, the northern boundary of the property. And so if you go back a ways, and then over is where the property is. So the property this isn't the access point, but this is probably the best viewing point of seeing the property over here. And then if you just look at it, just flat, you know, just flat land. People have their hay piled up. They're growing hay for their animals in the area. They've got tractors. This neighbor's got a tractor. Probably the right kind of people to say, hey, I need a driveway. How much? You got some tools to make a driveway. You know, the tractor's sitting around. These kinds of people can make driveways easy. So there's the idea of the property. And now I don't know where we are on this map. Oh, okay. So we were just looking from over here. The property is over here. And this is the main road to the property, the 17-mile that's just to the south. And let's zoom out a little bit and I'll show you where Riverton is. This is where you're gonna like go get groceries. So here's Riverton. Here's Riverton here. Here's the property here. Riverton property. And you know, Riverton's got like grocery stores and school and looks like a golf course and that kind of stuff. Basic small town America. Okay, so back to the website. We've got the links to buy it, some pictures, information about, you know, where to go, 7 miles to Walmart, and directions to different stuff in the area. Gas station, things. You're not so far out there. You need an extra gas tank to get to and from the property. This is a more accessible one. You just got to build a driveway and go set it up. Make it happen. Make it yours. So I'm asking $24,000 for this one. I'm looking for bids. I'm looking for offers. I'm looking for the person that says, this is mine and I want it and I want to make it mine, and gives me a call. So give me a call. Phone number's on the website. Information's in the description of this video as well. Let's make it yours. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. This is Luke Smith of ruralvacantland.com. See you in the next one. Bye.